Good morning. This Self-Care Saturday. This is Coach Sean with Be Your Own Art, and this is day 6, round 2 for me for 25 push-ups. I got my queens with me that are gonna personal training them, and they're gonna get it in this morning. But we just want to educate people about anxiety, depression, PTSD, and other mental health issues. And so after we do the push-ups, we're gonna have a little talk, a little discussion, because as women, we are more likely to end up with anxiety and depression because we're the main nurturers, the main caretakers. So we want to talk a little bit about self-care and self-love and self-preservation. All right, 25. Here we go. Good work, ladies. Ooh, yes. All right, ladies, y'all in here? Yes. Come on this way, Lisa, because the All right. So, first of all, PTSD. Most people get it twisted. What PTSD? What do you see PTSD as, Lisa?
Traumatic, something traumatic that's happened to a person that they don't. It just comes out different ways. Like they either hide it inside to become depressed, or they act out different ways, but not in a good way.
Right. And Dee, what about you?
You said, what do I define PTSD
Yeah.
as? Traumatic disorders that are suppressed, and it takes for something traumatic or traumatizing to bring it out.
And sometimes just a memory.
A memory, right?
A
Bring,
smell.
That's what I mean, bring it out of remission.
A sound, right,
Yeah.
right. Or so let's say if a person was abused. Abuse can cause a person to be riddled with PTSD. Accident, the death of a family member can
So
also.
my sister was diagnosed with schizophrenia because and she never told us about it. She was molested by one of her boyfriends when she was a teenager.
Yep.
And he was older, but then it took for her husband getting murdered, and that brought that out. And she was like the whole time she was displaying the signs but we as black people, we just be like, oh, that person needs prayer or something like that. But it wasn't until her husband was killed that she actually went into the whole traumatization actually coming out, that we realized that it was a little bit more severe than we had thought it was.
And speaking of us people of color, we are so likely to claim diabetes, heart disease, stroke, high cholesterol, everything but mental illness. Everything but, because I know me growing up in a church-based African American home. And I'm not. Faith without works is dead, but work without faith is dead. Faith without works is dead, but work without faith is also dead. So you gotta pray, but you gotta also take some action steps. So, as I was saying, for us, for women, we take on everything and everybody. We pour so much into. She got it. She got it. But a lot of times we're not okay, and it's okay to admit that you're not okay, but it's not okay to lay in it. So it's a lot of help and support out there. So what would you encourage other people to do, other women to do if they feel themselves that they're overwhelmed, depressed? So right now during COVID, they the caretaker, they the teacher, they working, everything. What's your suggestion?
I would say, of course, talk. Don't hold it in. Talk. Find that one person that you can talk to, because even if that person doesn't give you any advice, you're still letting it out. You're not holding it in. You're just letting it out. I find with myself, when I start getting overwhelmed, I do hide a lot of stuff. I'll just smile and keep it going. Just smile. And it's not sometimes.
But what is it doing to the inside?
Right. And then when it boils over, who's ever there, normally my husband, they get it. It just boom. And I don't mean to, but as it goes along, if I just just talk. I would probably feel a lot better. So I would say.
And speaking of talking,
talk.
telehealth is popping right now.
Yes.
So if you are afraid to go into an office, you can call up and be able to do video.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in therapy. I do telehealth every 2 weeks. Awesome. And it helps. It really, really helps. If you don't have insurance, you can get with the CSBs. That's community service boards, or check with your local social services to see if you can qualify for temporary Medicaid right now.
Yes.
What would you suggest?
Like piggybacking off both of y'all, like talk. And my thing is, I cry in the shower because I feel like when I cry in the shower, it's like, one, I'm releasing that energy. Two, it's like I feel like the water's washing away all the negative energy,
right.
And then it's like I have a clearer head to move forward and actually be able to express how I feel without being angry. Because when I get frustrated, I get upset, I get mad, and I can taste blood, which I know is not healthy, because at that point that means my blood pressure's elevated and everything else. So it's like and it's hard for me to talk because everybody comes to me to talk. And it's like, but like y'all both said, you have to have some type of outlet, because harboring it in, that's gonna kill you. That's why heart disease is the number one leading cause of death in African American women, period. But for the most part in us, because we hold so much in, we gotta, like you said, be the caretaker. We have to be, the best friend and everything else for so many other people. So it's like, don't hold it in.
And journaling.
Yes, I write a lot.
Any kind of writing that you do, whether it's you use your phone to write it, just don't send it to nobody, because you don't want to put out negative energy that you can't take back. People will use that against you. But it's okay to write down your thoughts, your feelings. Now, I'm not talking about feelings and thoughts of hurting yourself, because I'm a counselor, so I'm a mandated reporter. You're a mandated reporter.
Yes.
So if you're talking about hurting yourself, that's serious.
Yes.
The suicide rate has increased since the coronavirus.
Oh, yes.
In teens and in individuals, period. So it is, and see that's where this whole coronavirus thing has kind of been like a PTSD effect on a lot of people, because it has brought up some other things.
Because of the isolation.
Yes, the isolation. Yep.
And I also find with me, even if it's once a month, taking that time, going somewhere and laughing. Even if it means watching something funny on TV, or just, because now, we can't really go a lot of places, but just take this time for yourself and just enjoy.
You should do that every day.
Anyway,
that's
yeah,
every day.
Yeah, you should.
That's
anyway,
every day.
Yes.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm always saying, okay, what did I do? I have to go back and I do self-accountability. What did I do for me today? What was my self-care, just to reflect. So every day is of course clean eats, supplements, workout, prayer, meditation. I do a lot of hot Epsom salt baths. I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee when I leave here. What do you do for self-care?
I'm gonna go get my feet and nails done.
Right. Not you.
I just go shopping.
There you go.
I got a closet full of stuff I need to purge.
Go
I honestly do, because I got stuff in bags tucked away that I forgot that I bought. I got stuff with tags on it because I just.
Now we don't want that to turn into an addiction.
It is an addiction. Though.
Okay,
it's
now
already an addiction.
Speaking of addictions, you know that a lot of addictions cover up. Yeah, you did, in the name of Jesus.
I gave up too, so I had to.
A lot of those addictions are actually covering they're masking mental health issues or depression. So you have people that think they can smoke it away, drink it away, sex it away, gamble it away, shop it away, educate themselves so that it can go away. Whatever it is you have going on inside, that shit don't go away because you utilize something else to cover it. So at the end of the day, you gotta unearth, you gotta clear what is down there, those roots. Like for instance, I had these elephant plants, and I say they're beautiful, but they're the most disrespectful plants in a garden, okay? Because when I mean they grow, they take over everything. And that's what illness does to us on the inside. It takes over. So until you unearth, and like when I went to go take the elephant, and I'm still finding some pop up, but I had to dig deep, wide. I had to go through perimeters to really excavate those elephants. So that analogy is the perfect one to utilize when it comes to making sure we're okay.
Yes.
We gotta excavate everything that's deep, and when you go deep, that's more pain. That shit hurts.
That's what I'm telling you this week, right?
And this is gonna be the first time I have ever said this on camera, ever. I remembered I went to a funeral, and when I saw the person, I remembered that they touched me. I had not remembered any time prior to that. I had suppressed it, and I was just shaking in my boots, and I just couldn't really get myself together. But I did, and then I remember I relived the whole thing. They didn't penetrate me, but they touched me inappropriately, right down there. And I know when I finally told my brother and my dad, they wanted blood. But the thing is that I had to forgive. And that's another big key thing. Lack of forgiveness will make you crazy.
Because forgiveness is not for the person, it's
for you.
That's right.
That can cause depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues. It can cause it. So it's okay to forgive. It's okay to let go of stuff that doesn't serve you. So
Yes.
I appreciate you queens taking time out today on this self-care Saturday
I appreciate you
to talk about
Yes.
stuff that matters. Because
Yes.
we matter. The
We do
self
matter.
matters. And if you're not taking care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit, it can turn into mental health issues,
Yes, it can.
depression, and anxiety. So I want you all to be blessed. If you need help, get out your own way. Get out your own way and go get help.
Yes.
So you all be blessed. Peace.